Hi, I'm John Barnes and this is the warm-up.
John, we said do the rap.
I'm not doing the rap.
Do the rap.
I'm not doing the rap.
We said you're going to do the rap.
I'm not doing the rap.
Do the rap, John.
I'm not doing the rap. You got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. They'll always hit you and hurt you. Defend and attack. There's only one way to beat them. Get round the back, so catch me if you can, cause I'm the Brentford man. There you go. How was that? Just
Love that. What a start to the show, and it's a proper rapper's delight this week. As joining my mates, as always, Karleigh Osborne and Marcus Gayle, is garage royalty MC Harvey. Thanks for joining us, Harvey, mate.
I love that intro, man. Do it again.
No,
please. It's good for my ego, isn't it?
Don't worry, mate. We're not going to make you do the verse from 21 seconds like we made John Barnes. One thing I love about this setup is all three of you played for Wimbledon as well. So there's another link. Obviously, I'm the odd one out there, having been rubbish at football. Harvey, you going to the game tomorrow? Looking forward to it?
Yeah, looking forward to it. I've got a soft spot for Brentford, so this is a weird game for me. It's not like I'm going to Old Trafford where the hatred is installed in you. I've got like a lot of my family support Brentford. I love Brentford's journey. I also know Billy the Bee very well. He's been a big Brentford fan, and I followed Brentford right from the Griffin Park days. It's always been like a family club and a family feel, so it's bittersweet. I'm happy for Brentford, but I still want them to get smashed.
So we invited him in.
Sorry, Gayle, as much as I love you.
Well, look, we'll get on to the game in a bit, but first, here's what's coming up on today's show. Two absolute club legends, John Barnes and Marcus Gayle, sat down to discuss our chances as we take on Liverpool tomorrow.
So you think we've got a chance?
Of course, absolutely.
The boys' FIFA stats are out, and Ivan, Tony and Bryan Mbeumo had to guess who out of their teammates was who, judging by their stats, and Bryan was not happy about his.
Yes, same. Yes.
And of course, myself, Karleigh, Marcus and MC Harvey will be looking forward to that game tomorrow night against Liverpool. Ambassador stepping up with a feature this week. You boys don't need me anymore, do you?
Of course we do, Stu. You're
Thanks,
important
mate.
to us.
I'm arguing the case.
Nah, be nicer, be nicer. Right, what a show and what a week to be a Bees fan. 9 goals in 2 games, none conceded. Let's start with Saturday. Marcus, you were there.
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
I thought it was a great performance. I don't think the TV coverage gave us much justice in terms of that, but with the 38% possession, I thought we had an outstanding away performance.
Thomas said it was our best performance of the season, he thought. Harvey, as a neutral watching it, what did you make of Brentford that day?
I'm a big supporter of Brentford anyway, and like I said, to go to Molineux and win in general, that's a tough result. Do you know what I mean? So I thought they'd done fantastic. On the counter there was brilliant. Tony, I can't even say his name, Bueno. They just caused havoc. Them two up top will cause anyone problems, and it was kind of just nice to see that partnership in full effect. And
yeah.
My missus is a Wolves fan, so it was so good seeing them.
Weren't happy.
Just for Wolves, isn't it? So yeah, she wasn't happy. Yeah.
Karleigh, do you think maybe some teams are underestimating us this year, and do you think they will do so for the rest of the season?
I think some teams probably are, to be fair. I don't think they'll do that for the whole season, because as you can see, Brentford are putting in really good performances. So it was a real mature performance. You know, the game management was brilliant. We got to saw kind of Ivan and Bryan really connect. Obviously, Bryan's goal was fantastic, great work from Ivan, and then the finish from Bryan. But I think teams will slowly start to realise that they have to take Brentford seriously.
Yeah, look, we've just seen the match stats, they've just floated up at the bottom of the screen. Wolves didn't register a single shot on target in the whole match. We've got this amazing stat as well. This is the expected goals conceded for the season, right? Man City top, only 2.43 expected goals conceded. Second is Brentford, 3.83, and then third is your lot, Liverpool, 4.13. We're second best in the league, seriously. Like, I feel like this is maybe something that's gone under the radar with Brentford. Everyone talks about us and says, oh, they're a great footballing team, they pop it, they pass well. Last year we had the best expected goals conceded in the whole of the Championship. This year we're doing it again. Karleigh, in these conversations now, should this be the first thing they're talking about when it comes to Brentford?
I think it should be talked about more, definitely. It just goes to show how solid and how well organised Brentford are. They're a team that understands the position they need to be in, when players do certain things, where they need to be and what they need to do in those situations. So for me, it's something that needs to be highlighted a lot more for sure.
Marcus, we saw Pontus this week. He commented on an image of Brian because it was his birthday, and he said, "You don't understand the importance of this man in getting us to where we are." Is this where we see it? Brian at his best, and his greatest attribute is our defensive side of things.
Yeah, I think that's one of our strengths this season as a team. When you look at the stats, we've had 5 games, and 3 of those games have been clean sheets. So that's testament to the work that Brian does with that defensive quarter of the side. So he's vitally important. Yes, we're going to get tested tomorrow, no doubt, but you know that's going to be our sort of pinnacle of how good are we defensively.
Harvey, at the game on Wolves, a lot of people talking about our game management. This is a big thing. A lot of Wolves fans weren't very happy. The manager, Bruno Lage, came out and said that basically we were time wasting in the whole game. Where do you sit on this? Because for me, it seems like then every club should do this. Do you know what I mean? It's game management, is it not? And I'm not saying that we were time wasting. I don't know if we were.
Listen, of course it is. You've gone to Wolves, a tough place to go, and you're winning 2-0 and you're going to get a result. You're going to pull every trick out of the book. To me, that's great professionals. That's what you do. You frustrate them. You break down the play. You don't want to let Wolves get the ball down and start playing, get the ball out to Traoré and causing danger. So I call them old pros tricks. And to be fair, I've always said Brentford are more suited to the Premier League than they were to the Championship, just by the way they play, the way they press. I've always said they've got a very underrated defence, and they're very well drilled. Bringing in Idra from Celtic too is another good signing.
Yeah.
So very, very underrated. He always gets like tough Scandinavians down the spine of the team, doesn't he? And then he has the ball players up top. So I think Brentford are not going to have a problem.
Love that. Get him on every week.
Yeah,
Get him on every
it's
week.
the truth. I speak my mind. If I was at Carrow Road, they wouldn't like me right now, would they?
You're there next week as it goes.
Yeah, so definitely.
2 goals, 1 for each front man. That's the dream, surely, in any team. Let's talk about Brian, because here against Brighton, he had a bit of a tough afternoon. Marcus, was that the best remedy for Brian? First game back, after that match, gets on the score sheet.
Yeah, I think it was so important for him just to get that goal. You know, he's getting a lot of chances. He's not taking as many as we would like, but that was important. And it was set up perfectly by Ivan, who had that bit of composure, just took his time, waited for Brian to find that space at the back stick, and an easy sort of tap-in for him.
Harvey alluded to it. How good is that as a partnership?
Oh, it's brilliant. Brilliant as a partnership.
Problems.
And it's coming together, really coming together. Like Harvey mentioned earlier, we're now starting to see how well they link up. And with Brian taking his chance, you know, Ivan as well, the goals are coming, which is what we want. So we're creating the chances, now we're starting to get the goals, and it's all coming together nicely.
We'll get on to Ivan in a bit, because I feel like he deserves his own chat. We got both the goal scorers from Saturday together, as it is FIFA release this week, and they had to see if they could guess who was who out of their teammates from the FIFA stats. And I tell you what, they also got their own stats. And Bryan Mbeumo, he did not look happy.
Yes, same. Yes.
Has to be defender. Silver card. Would go with Chaz, but Chaz was a bit slower than this. 37 shot. Could have been Brian, but I'm going with Ethan.
Yes.
Nice. Ooh. Bit of
Good
pace.
corner. Bit of pace, huh?
You copy me, so you go first.
No.
No, you go
I
first.
think I know who is this,
Who?
because I'm playing too much in this game. And I'm so angry.
You.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes. 83 pace.
Ooh. Silver as well.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. This could be me.
No, impossible.
This could be me.
87 pace, no chance. No chance.
Nah, too far. I'm gonna get Rico.
Might be Frank.
Frank.
Yeah.
87.
Yeah. It can't be Rico. Definitely not. Impossible. Told you, bro.
Frank.
Yeah.
87.
It's crazy, huh?
Well, mine's got to be about 90 something, surely.
But this one in FIFA is going to be a very good cup.
This could be me. If it is, I'm not happy with this. For you, huh? Oh, we had you.
Yeah.
You were silver, huh?
This one can be 58 pass. You?
Yeah, I'll send me.
Okay.
You me? You copy again? Okay, no worries. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
bit higher.
Nah, no chance.
A bit higher, but
If I'm 83, you used to be like
no.
72
No.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
91 pace.
Rico.
Yeah, Rico.
Has to be Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. 73 pace.
83 strength.
That's a defender. This is Aja.
How's he stronger than me?
That's FIFA, bro.
He is as well. 83 strength. More than me. Pace about right. Shot.
No.
Very generous.
Yeah, generous.
Passing.
Pass.
It's got to be lower.
Lower.
Depends if it's me, you know. If it's me, you don't want to pass. Dribbling
It's okay.
could be a bit higher.
Yeah,
Defending about right.
higher. Like 40 maybe.
40.
39.
Defending.
Yes.
You want extra 5, yeah?
This one I think at least it's the same as Rico. If Rico is 70, I have to be at least 70. It's crazy.
Nah, that's
But
generous.
this one, I think this one is
What do you think it should be?
88 at least. You? What about you? I think a little bit one more here. Yeah, 80.
Right.
If this guy got 80 pace.
I'm gonna be very honest here, as I am, you know. Personally, I think pace. I think 86. Looking more towards 90, you know. Shot. I'm looking more towards 85. Closer to 90. Passing. I'm up there with the best passing in the team, so I'd say about 90 something.
Yeah.
But clearly they don't come to our games, you know, so that's probably why they're guessing. Dribbling, that's very generous. I don't dribble. Dribbling's not my guy, I leave it to these guys, you know. And strength, I can't remember the last time I got bullied. Nah, I don't remember.
So your rating, you said 76.
A bit higher on the strength.
Okay, so the rating 76. With
This-
all the numbers
This has
should
to
be like 88.
88,
89.
89, yeah, but clearly they don't watch our games, you know.
Yes, same. Yes.
Love that. Brian was absolutely livid. Harvey, FIFA fan?
Of course.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the new ones to come out now. We've got about 3 weeks left.
Apparently Frank Onyeka is the one. That's right, isn't it, Luke? You've got to get Frank Onyeka in your team because he's got pace and strength. Look, Ivan's obviously going to be in everyone's ultimate team, I imagine. So let's talk about him. He's loving life in the Premier League, Harvey, isn't he?
He's a good player, man. I've been following him since Peterborough, since he moved on. To be fair, at first I thought, how's he going to adapt from League One to the Champ? He went there, he smashed that. I thought, how's he going to adapt from the Champ to the Prem? Now he's smashing that. So, do you know what I like about Ivan Toney? The arrogance of the kid. Like, he believes he's the man. He believes that he's better than everyone else. The way he psychs out goalkeepers when he scores penalties, the looks that he gives centre-halves. You have to have that arrogance when you play in the Premier League, otherwise you're going to get swallowed.
Yeah.
And the big test is going to be, like you said, tomorrow when the big teams come into town, the Liverpools, the Man Cities. Let's see how good Ivan is against the real good centre-halves, because he ain't fully been bullied yet, and tomorrow he's playing against Virgil. It's a different ball game, and I believe in his head now, I reckon Ivan's finished training now, he's gone home, and he actually believes in his head he's better than Van Dijk. And that's what I love about him, and that's half of the job done. Because if you go out there and start respecting these players and giving them too much respect, you might as well ask him for a shirt before the game. And I don't have Ivan down as that player. I know that he comes from a good, strong family, and he really believes in himself. What a player! The future's bright for Ivan Toney.
Love that. Marcus, can moving up a league make a player better? Because it feels like with Ivan, he's getting better from this jump.
I think the jump is you get more time in the Premier League. I think the defenders and the players, they'll give you that extra bit of time to say, all right, let's see how good you really are. And I think Ivan's capitalising on that space. Same with Brian as well, and the rest of the team, is that there's a little bit more time in the Premier League compared to the Championship.
Do you think that as well? Because the Championship defenders, we played against a lot of teams. We got Stoke in the cup, but they had 3 old school centre halves that were like big. In the Premier League, a lot of these centre halves are a bit more ball playing, and maybe
they're cultured, man.
Yeah, maybe don't like playing against someone like Ivan. Whereas in the Championship, they were going, oh, we grew up. And
not
like
Virgil.
But, Christian Norgard said this about Ivan on Saturday after the Wolves game. He said, I heard someone in the change room compare Ivan with Didier Drogba. I think he looked like him a bit actually, the way he kept the ball, his first touch and his passes. He won every single header and he's a right player. Karleigh, for me, that was up there with individual performances in the Brentford shirt. Chris Adja actually said he thinks it's the best performance he's seen from a striker. Can you see these comparisons with Drogba and Ivan?
Yeah, you can see these comparisons. I mean, listen, Ivan, I played against Ivan years ago, but the Ivan of today, he's fantastic and he causes problems. And tomorrow, I think he will cause problems. Listen, we know how good Virgil van Dijk is, but I think Ivan will unsettle him a little bit. He's going to bring a rougher edge to the game. 100%. It's not all going to be pretty. So that battle, you have to be up for straight away, because Ivan's always up for that. So it'll be really interesting to see how he deals with it and how the challenge goes from there.
Agreed.
But I think if Ivan can unsettle Liverpool's defence early, it can give Brentford a massive lift.
Yeah.
So Ivan will be key in how Brentford play and move forward for sure.
Harvey, all I'm saying is England squads are getting announced soon. Is Ivan in these conversations yet?
Too early.
Yeah.
You can't say we're 5-6 games in. It's too early. You got to look at the quality of centre forwards that are in the Premier League and what they've done and achieved. And Ivan's got a long way. We can't start getting excited after 2 goals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can't.
Well, that's what we're biased here. You're the neutral, so it's good.
As much as I rate him highly and as much as I feel he will get an England call up at some point, you've got a lot to do. Like a lot of the centre forwards that are playing in the Premier League, they're scoring goals in the Champions League, in European football. They're established. So when he's 11 goals up, then we'll start talking about England call-ups. But this is too early.
Yeah.
Too early. Let's see how he does against Van Dijk's, Diaz's, Aspilicueta's, Christensen's, them type of defenders. Then we'll see how good he is.
Does he make you nervous tomorrow?
I'm always nervous with Liverpool when Liverpool play away from home in the first 20 minutes, because you know that the Brentford fans are going to come in full flock. They're going to be singing before the game, and that first 20 minutes, every team believes they can do something.
Yeah.
But what Klopp's a master at, I think, he knows that Brentford are going to come at us, and that suits Liverpool. Klopp struggles against teams like the West Broms last year when they just put Banks behind the ball, sat there and done nothing, and Klopp's like, what are we going to do? But Brentford and Liverpool, to me, play quite similar. So if Brentford come out, Klopp's going to go, no problem. That's what he's going to want. Yeah. I cannot see Brentford changing their tactics just because Liverpool's in town, because I think their manager's quite set in their ways. I think he kind of resembles Klopp in a weird way. Yeah. He's a free spirit and he sticks by his tactics, doesn't he? And you would know that because you guys you talk to him, you deal with him. So I think the biggest problem is that if they survive 20 minutes, game on. If Liverpool get an early goal, could be a long afternoon.
Sounds like another song coming up. A long afternoon.
A long afternoon. Yeah, so that's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, let's see what Liverpool legend John Barnes thinks of it. The ambassador Marcus Gayle caught up with him in a 90s Premier League winger convention here at the stadium last week.
So, John, welcome to Brentford.
Happy to be here. I've seen this develop. I know that you built it, as you said.
As I said,
I used to drive along. Every time I went home, I used to come around the M40 to go up the M40, M6 home, and I used to come from London and I used to say, what's going on there? Because I remember the old ground.
You probably saw me screwing in the light box.
It's good to be here because as much as I could see from the road, I've never been here before, and it's very impressive.
Welcome to the club. Welcome for this evening.
Thank you.
I need to start off and confess something. You was my footballing hero growing up.
You mean we're not the same age, Marcus? I mean,
no, we're not the same age. I know we've got the grey whiskers, but
I know you look younger than me.
Back to tonight, back to where we are, Premier League, Brentford versus Liverpool. It's a tough game for Brentford, isn't it?
It is a tough game for Brentford. It's going to be a tough game for Liverpool. But why I'm saying it's a tough game for Brentford is because Liverpool are very respectful of everybody they play. In the old days, Brentford has just come up, a big team will come here and take them lightly. But not Liverpool. With Jurgen Klopp, they approach every single game, be it Brentford or Manchester United, in exactly the same way. They respect the teams. It's a humble team, Liverpool, so they won't be taking it lightly. They won't be complacent at all. Whereas in the old days, that may have been the situation. That's not to say Liverpool are going to win, but Liverpool now play properly with full intensity in every single game they play. However, Brentford are doing well. They've come up, they've beaten Arsenal, and you always see a team who comes up, and you remember Sheffield United early on, always do well. So it's going to be a hard game for both teams.
So it's about momentum as well. But do you know anything about Brentford?
I know Ivan Toney.
What do you know about him?
I know he scores goals.
Yeah.
So no. That's why we probably rested Virgil against AC Milan to make sure Virgil is going to be there.
Is that it?
So it's going to be a battle. You remember Sheffield United coming up and how well they did? And I think Brentford will do the same.
So you think we got a chance?
Of course. Absolutely. It's
I
football.
love that.
And what I've seen of Brentford, they're well organised. They've got good players. And it doesn't matter whether they have equally as good players as Liverpool or Man United, but when you've got an organised team with good players, because there are no bad players in the Premier League, and they're motivated, and they're well organised, and they have desire and determination and belief. Now, Not that this is going to happen to Brentford, but if you look maybe come Christmas and they haven't won many games, are down at the bottom, and you play them then, the confidence may not be there. But at this moment in time, Brentford are full of confidence.
And rightfully so.
Absolutely.
Just come up, we're in good form. I was going to say, like, with the style of football now, we was both wingers. As I said, I modelled my game on you. I love that you went at players, and I thought, if he can do it, surely I can do it. You know what I mean? I loved your left foot, the way you glided and scored goals, assisted. I put all that into my game. So you was always like my role model while I was still playing. With today's shape and style of football, we've got wingers, left wingers on the right hand side, right wingers on the left hand side. How would you have fared and where would you have played in this sort of modern era?
Well, if you look at the way when we played, because of course you would have played with a big centre forward, so of course he would have wanted you to go down the line and put crosses in, which is what I did at Watford. Liverpool was slightly different because I used to come in field, but nevertheless for Ian Rush and John Aldridge I did the same thing. Whereas now you don't really have that type of centre forward anymore. So therefore, what you do have is you have a Salah playing on the right and a MANÉ on the left, because they come in field onto their strong leg, strong foot to score goals. So you playing on the right now would score more goals than he did then, because you were then told to go down and put a cross in. If you're on the right, you'd have been coming in to score goals. So depending on the team I played in, obviously if I played in a team with a centre forward who likes crosses, then I would stay on the left. But a team like Liverpool, I would have played on the right, which meant I would have scored more goals. But for Brentford, possibly you still would have been on the left, because if you look at Ivan Toney, what he likes is he likes balls getting in the crosses. So therefore, you playing on the left and coming in to shoot with the left foot ain't going to help him.
It would have helped me. I loved assisting. I felt the same emotions as if I assisted the goal scorer, as if I scored the goal.
I was exactly the same.
I would have loved to seen you play today with the quality of pitches that we have. The way you moved on, I remember watching the World Cup in '86 and you coming on against Argentina and on that wobbly surface, and you came on, nearly brought England back into the match. Well, you did, apart from when Lineker missed the header.
It's not so much the biggest difference, I think. Yes, the pitches are great, and playing on these pitches and you're a ball player dribbling, it'd be great. But the biggest difference is the fact that when you get the ball, no one's going to kick you. Because you know when you play, that the ball's being played into your feet, you have to be worrying about somebody trying to break your leg, and how physical it was. Whereas now, they don't even tackle because they're going to give a free kick away. So a player like you, or any skillful player playing today, getting the ball where you know no one's going to tackle you, then you can do what you do. So I would love to be an attacking player. I hate to be a defender, because defenders now don't tackle, they're afraid to tackle.
You can't touch anybody anyway. So I just want to say thanks to you coming down tonight.
No, it's a pleasure. I was looking forward to it.
And we will get him back again.
I'll tell you why I like it, because I came from Watford, and Watford were a club that came from the lower divisions. But I like the philosophy of a club being able to be a small club, be able to not necessarily the biggest stadium or the biggest fans, and show that if you have the right commitment and determination and organisation, which is what Wimbledon did as well.
Look, the underdog spirit is here. It's alive and kicking at Brentford. For us, we're just a bus stop in Hounslow. We thrive on that, but as you said, we've got that spirit to fight. You know, we've grafted hard to get to this level, the Premier League. Well, once again, thank you for your time. Pleasure.
Well, that's what John Barnes thinks. We know a lot about Liverpool, but let's find a little bit more.
The last meeting for the two teams in red was over 30 years ago in the FA Cup quarter-finals. Both wingers, Karleigh and MANÉ, have featured in all 5 league matches, with Mo Salah topping the leaderboard for the same number for goals this season so far, with Liverpool conceding only 1 goal in 5 games. And the Bees made history as one of 14 teams accumulating over 8 points in 5 matches. Our last league clash with the Reds came in May of 1947. German gaffer Jurgen Klopp will be looking to continue this season's unbeaten streak, whilst Brentford will be readying themselves for a highly anticipated clash with top 6 competition.
Karleigh, look, Harvey's already told us how hard it's going to be tomorrow. Where does this sit seriously in terms of our hardest games this year? Let's not beat around the bush here.
Listen, it is going to be our hardest game so far, and one of our hardest all season, without a doubt. You're talking about a top quality team with top quality players, international season internationals, the best of the best. But Brentford, these are the games Brentford want to play. These are the games that the players want to be involved in. So that's going to, there's not going to be a team talk. We just said it there a second ago. The players won't need a team talk. They'll be up for it. They'll be ready to 100%. Go and ready to battle. And the first 20 minutes, like Harvey said, is going to be key, because that's where you're kind of testing each other, trying to see who's going to get a grip of the game, seeing who's up for the game individually with those battles and things like that. So that is going to be really key. But without doubt, it's going to be a very tough afternoon.
Seriously, Harvey, are there any weaknesses? Help, give us some hope.
Do you know what? I always say, listen, everyone's human within football. Of course there's weaknesses. Did you envision seeing Liverpool go to Villa last year and losing 7-2?
No, exactly, yeah, you're
it
bang
happens
on.
to the best after winning the title. So these things happen. Anyone can get caught on a bad day. And there's no way Klopp is going to be complacent coming down here. The players ain't going to be complacent. You can't take Brentford for a joke as much as you take Man City. Do you know what I mean? You have to have respect because listen, it is what it says on the tin. It's called the Premier League. It don't get any higher than that. But as Brentford will know, ain't like the champ where you can make half a mistake. You get punished. You can be easy 3-0 down in 20 minutes in the Premiership, and that's the most brutal thing about it compared to the Championship. So I'm not going to sit here and write Brentford off. As a Liverpool fan, I'm going to say you guys are going to win. Hell no. But I am under no illusion. I'm not thinking Liverpool's going to come here and win 5-0. I'll be happy to get out of Brentford with a 2-0. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because they're going to give it a go. And their players are very similar to Liverpool players. Dynamic, quick, they can play. You've got the Nigerian kid in midfield who's a good player. Him and Fabinho is going to be a very, very good matchup if he starts with Hendo. So Klopp is going to be on the ball. If you come here and take Brentford for a joke, it could be a long drive down the M6, I'm telling you, back home.
Talking about Fabinho, I think he goes under the radar a bit and he's a bit underrated. How important is he to what Liverpool do?
He's the key.
Yeah.
He's underrated to maybe fans that are not Liverpool fans, but the way Liverpool fans appreciate him and the way he breaks up the play.
Essential.
You always know when he's missing, don't you, Gayle? You just know because we get exposed in certain areas and no one can play that role like him. I can't believe we bought him from Monaco as a right back. I was like, right back? The guy's unbelievable. The way he reads the play, he tackles with meaning. He's just fantastic. Him and Kante and Casemiro, to me, are the three best holding midfielders in the world. Obviously, Casemiro's getting a bit old, on the older side now, but them guys, they just make the game look easy.
Marcus, we talk about our combination in the middle quite a lot.
Yeah.
Jensen's obviously got 90 minutes under his belt in the week now, so we know he's kind of coming back to full fitness. Is this a game, again, where we maybe have to look a bit more industrious in there with kind of Frank and Vitali and Christian, maybe, when you've got players like Fabinho in the centre of midfield?
Yeah, there's going to be periods of the game where we're not going to have the ball, and we have to accept that as well because of the quality of Liverpool. So it may be wise to go with that industrial midfield three, but we also have the options of a Jensen that can come on and unlock a tight defence. So maybe we'll see him in the latter stages when players are getting a little bit tired, because he's got that little that pass with the eye of the needle.
The pass and Whistler's goal.
And he's exceptional with that.
Yeah, very good player.
Yeah. I love a stat, right? I love a stat, but get on this as a stat, right? This is from Wheels at Sky Sports. Cheers, Wheels, for sorting us out with this. This is about, we talk about combined goals and assists. This is the stat that I love. This is combined created chances and tackles. This is like a Steven Gerrard stat, surely, right? But get on this.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Top of created chances and tackles in the Premier League this year. Vitali Janel, 19. Then Neves, 18. Then Pogba, 17. And then Moutinho, 15. Vitali, 12 tackles, 7 chances. Is that not the complete midfielder? And that's what we need tomorrow, right, Karleigh?
It's 100% what we need. I remember saying it last year when he first got himself in the team, and I said, listen, he's going to have a big future. Now he's in the Premier League. He's starting to show just how good he is, and he's going to be vital tomorrow. And he goes under the radar as well. He's young. We didn't pay much for him. He was very much unknown. But now we're starting to see what type of player he is and how good he is. I'm looking forward to seeing him against the best, because I think if he's at the top of his game, he's going to unsettle Liverpool a bit. We've got Frank in there who's going to be hunting, working hard.
Agreed.
That midfield battle is going to be a good watch, because
wait.
you've got 6 of the best players there who want to win games and are desperate to do better than their opposition, and we're going to see that in full effect. So I'm looking forward to that. I really am.
We looked at Wolves' front three last week. Very, very good. It scared me a lot, I'll be honest. If that scared me, tomorrow. So you got MANÉ, SALAH, and then we're thinking, what, do you reckon Jota through the middle?
Because Firmino's been a bit poorly the last couple of weeks, hasn't he? So I don't think he'll throw Fabinho Firmino straight in. But if he does all of a sudden make it, he's a problem anyway if Firmino comes on, because he's a false 9. He can drop into midfield. He's the one that creates all the spaces for the front. He does the dogged work that goes unmissed. Do you know what I mean? So, but then, like you said, Jota's more of a nightmare for Brentford because he goes into the pockets, he's clever. The boy can do anything. He's like 5'4", he can head the ball, he's got a great strike and he gets in great positions. And Mané and Salah, do you need me to sell them?
Marcus, I want to get your thoughts on this, where you really in Wimbledon sides in the Premier League where maybe being the underdog going into some games like this. What was the mentality and attitude on those games? Did you change much? Was there a bullishness in the change room before a game?
We would have a word with the groundsman and make sure the grass is a little bit longer, just so they don't stroke the ball.
They're over there now.
That was one of the tactics. That only happened to the top sides.
Yeah.
But as we said, you don't need a team talk for that. You just go out there. You know you're up against the elite players of the division, and if you can't get ready for those games, you'll never get up for a game. But there was nothing really special. You just knew you had to do your one job perfectly well, and everyone collectively had to do their job well.
Yeah.
But other than that, the players tomorrow, they'll be up for this. They'll play well, and they're going to look forward to this. This is what we've all dreamt of, a top flight match like this.
Players are going to be up for it. We know everyone in these stands is going to be up for it. Harvey, you said before we started filming, Liverpool away fans, always lively, really noisy. We've got to bring the atmosphere that we had against Arsenal here again, haven't we, Karleigh?
Yeah, without a doubt. We have to bring that atmosphere. Liverpool are going to be singing their hearts out. You know, they have an incredible following. They're a massive club. So Brentford fans are going to have to be at top tilt. Make sure they get some honey and lemon today, just to make sure the throats are all good for tomorrow.
Literally.
Yeah. But it's going to be an incredible atmosphere. Late kickoff as well. I can't wait.
Love it, love it. Harvey, thanks so much for joining us today, mate. Really appreciate it. Before we go, I know that you and the ambassador have been having fun on Sundays playing football. Tell us a bit more about Team Harvey.
Well, Team Harvey was formed, first and foremost, it was done for Dom's Food Machine, who I'm ambassador of. They're a big charity, Feed the Homeless. And that meant a lot to me because my mum was a youth worker. And no matter what she said, no matter what you achieve in your life, son, you must always give back. And then what I kind of noticed within football, and football, music, entertainment, I realised that a lot of us do struggle after the success and after the hype, but we do miss each other. And I thought, I'm going to get all the boys together that's played through all different generations and form Team Harvey FC. And when I made the phone calls, I'll probably say to over 50 players, I'll probably say 45 of them said yes to me. We have a cracking laugh, don't we, Gayle?
It's a great day, great calls.
The banter is unbelievable. It's back
to the old days.
And Gayle's actually the manager of it now.
Yeah.
We can't do this week because he has birthday commitments with his wife.
Yeah.
But having him in there is brilliant because he takes a lot of pressure off and he knows how to deal with the players. Because I'm not a manager, sometimes I'm like, who are you talking to? Something comes out, innit? So I bring the attitude into my dressing room. Again, it's like, Harvey, this is the football world, you can't really, you know what I mean? Like, so, jokes aside, I'll just let Gayle deal with it. And he's a good advisor too. He's a man that I look up to within my career. So it's an absolute pleasure. And now I'm roping him in now.
I was going to say, I've been waiting for a call.
He never told me.
It's unbelievable for
Gayle
you.
never told me.
Training.
It's unbelievable. Well, I'm getting myself fit.
Look at the size of the
Get
fella.
ready. I'll get ready.
I need him bullying a few beats.
Back four all in one.
Literally.
Listen, I'm on my run. 6 a.m. run starting from
There you
tomorrow.
go.
I'm getting ready.
There you go.
Well, Harvey, you touched on a couple of bits there. First of all, about how much you admire and look up to Marcus.
Yeah, of course.
Marcus, I'm going to go a bit fanboy here. We do the same. We love having you every week doing the show with us. And he also mentioned it is your birthday on Monday. We love you a lot, mate. So we've got you a little cake that Karleigh is gonna pass over.
Is that a Colin?
There you go.
Why didn't you have a Peppa Pig one?
I don't need pork.
We won't say
You
how
deserve
well-
it, mate.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure
we
watching you.
Get a proper candle because I don't know if you can blow it out because of COVID still and stuff like that.
Trying to say I'm that old, yeah? I can't blow it out.
No, I'm not saying how old you are, but people can Wikipedia how old Marcus Gayle is, but you would not believe that he is old.
He said he was going to say how old he was. He
Yeah.
said he was going to say how old he was.
All right.
You can say
Do you
it.
know how old you are?
I know how old I am.
51 years. Tut, tut, tut. Anyway.
Hey!
That is awful.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yes.
I like that.
I'll give you 0.1 royalty on that one.
Honestly, thank you so much for joining us,
Anytime, man.
Harvey.
Thank you for having me.
Marcus, Karleigh, as always. You guys have an amazing weekend, and hopefully we'll be coming out smiling tomorrow, and this man won't be. Come on, you bees, you Reds.